A trick here and there is what makes the ultimate difference in content. You can go from this to this.
Off of each other. All right, and I'm gonna reveal something I've never shared before, but most of you guys probably met me from this video.
Or even not so dramatic. From this.
I am an Instagram lover. I absolutely love Instagram, and I share all my tips and tricks with you guys.
To this.
You have an invite. Way to keep it super exclusive, Clubhouse people.
Let me teach you all my little tips and tricks to show you what you can also do to your content so you can take it up a notch. Let's get started. Get ready to learn what has helped me increase subscribers quickly, increase my watch time, and build a brand. Come along. So do you remember the goal that you set right back here in this video? If you haven't watched it, then put it on your to-do list to watch as soon as you finish this video. But just in case, let me tell you what you had to do. You had to select one goal that you were going to follow along with this whole entire content series this month. That means it can either be get sales, build a brand, get a job, whatever it may be for you. For me, for example, it's to build a brand. So if I work backwards, what do I need my content to do in order to build a brand? Well, from the ladder that I went backwards, I noticed that I had to increase my watch time in order for more people to watch what I was sharing, to grab and put all that value into action. And that was going to really build a trust among my viewers, and that builds my solid base of brand followers and fans. Okay, so that was my goal. Yours can be completely different. But when we're talking about the tips that are going to help increase this, you need to have in mind what your goal is. So number one is to create a good script for your content. The personal formula that I use is inside the Content Bootcamp, but what I am going to share with you right now is that you have to have something that hooks people, and that is binge worthy. So think about what was the last video that you watched that you were really hooked onto. What elements did they have, and what journey did they take you along in the video? Remember, everything is a story, and we need to tell stories in order for other minds to be hooked and to follow along. So make sure that you create a story when you are developing your script. That's super important. And you probably already noticed when I did the comparison, but a really big drastic change is improvement in the video editing. That helps people stay longer. So if you normally do a video where it's just you talking straight to a camera, well, add in different video editing elements that are going to help people not lose their attention. Whether you like it or not, whether your value is so deep, we have different elements that are literally outside of our control, like our phone ringing, like maybe people inside your home, like if you're in an office and somebody calls you. There are so many different things that are outside of your element that we can't control. But little things that we can control are adding in little snippets, little movement, little pop-ups, animations, sounds that allow people to stay, grasp, and their attention stays straight on that screen. Now, here's a tip that you've probably noticed that I do a lot in my videos, and I'm really doing it in this video so you can see the difference. Guess what it is? That's right, it's changing my location. Look at how quickly I change environments from one corner to another, or if I can switch rooms, even better, and look at the difference it makes. It helps you stay tuned to that screen because you're always changing. You don't know what's coming next, and we want to know. It's like that suspenseful factor. Okay, where is she going to next? And that simultaneously helps you stick around for the under of what's happening, all that value. And as I mentioned in the beginning, the important part is that you understand the value, and honestly, what matters to me, that you put it into action. So what can you do super easily for you to also be doing this behind the screen for your own content? Well, if you're at home and you don't have that much space, switch from this one to this one. That's automatically a switch, and I didn't even change location, but it still looks different. You can also do this if you have multiple cameras, but if you don't, which most people don't, then just switch the angles, and there you have it. It's easy and it's effective. On top of that, something that really helps is to add an element of entertainment. No, that doesn't mean that you have to put on a clown hat, but it does mean that you can add gifs, sounds, or GIFs, whatever you say, sounds, different things that really help to enlighten the mood and make it something that is easy to watch. Because yes, these videos, and specifically if you are doing videos like mine, which are full of educational content, then a lot of people might tend to feel like, okay, I need to grab a paper, I need to do this. It's not really something that you can just easily watch and put in your background. You literally have to be concentrated on it. So the way that you put it a little lighter is by adding in an entertainment method. Another great thing is to sparkle some personal aspects into it. So as I've gone along, you also know a lot about what's happening in my personal life, okay? You know that Gabe right now is behind the camera. You know that we just recently moved. You know that our business has been growing and evolving. And on top of that, like, not only do I put it into my videos, but I also do a whole series every month to keep you guys up to date. What does that do? That creates kind of like a style where you guys know what's happening, you know the evolvement, and you want to continue to follow along to see what's been happening. All tying back to that story element. Remember that from the first step. All of this that I'm teaching on a way deeper strategic level is inside my free content workshop. So if you haven't already checked it out, you want to make sure that you do not miss it. The feedback that I've been getting from it is that it literally has helped other brands create their content strategy, which they were lacking. Therefore, they were basically posting with no goal in mind, and we definitely do not want to be doing that. So go ahead and check it out. It's completely free, and I'll add the link down below. Inside that workshop, I mentioned a lot about the different formats that you can use when creating your content. One of the big formats is the live format. So these videos right now are recorded, but I've also done live videos here on YouTube, on Instagram, all that good stuff. So one tip that I do recommend is that you play around with live video. I know it might sound scary, but you might be surprised because a lot of people thrive in that live environment. What happens? You're fueled. I feel like your adrenaline is rushing, and you definitely give more energy to the camera than normally. I don't know if that happens to everyone, but I definitely feel like it happens to me. So I always recommend testing around with live. If you don't like it afterwards, then that's fine. Stick to what you do like. But definitely play around with it and see how it goes. You also have a really good opportunity to interact back and forth with the people that are watching. You can also send people to watch at that moment, which really helps to build a brand. So think about it, try it, put it to the test, and then determine if you want to stick with it or stick with another format. Just like I was mentioning in the previous tip, your energy makes a very big difference. So try to do everything you can to increase your energy, make your video so that your emotions can be felt across the screen. Remember, it's not the same thing, you talking to a person literally in front of you as you talking to the camera and the people behind the screen. You have to emphasize everything that you are doing. Hand gestures, your mouth, so many things, even the volume at which you speak. Those are all different things that you can start putting into action today that will increase your content on the spot. Now, the energy is what you need more of, but everything else, less is more. That means go straight to the point, follow your script, don't add in extra things that don't need to be added, and make sure that you always follow a plan and a structure. It has happened to me that when you want to fill a video with so much value and you end up talking about so many different topics, it's harder for the people to digest. So it's easier if you break up all the little segments into individual videos that you can dive into one topic at a time. This is also a lot better for searchability if we're talking about YouTube. And something else that you never want to forget, will I make it? Is that you should always try your best to add examples. That helps people get another visual effect of what you are teaching, explaining, showing. Adding examples, images, videos on the side or on top makes a difference. Now, lighting matters. Look at this versus if we turn around and I am against the natural light, you can automatically see the difference. So make sure you are working along with lighting to produce the highest quality of content. Don't forget that all my recommendations for equipment, including lighting and softbox, are inside this video, and I will also link the description down below. Now, follow me for the last tip. Are you ready for it? Here it goes. Don't do multiple takes. If I mess up, if I say something incorrectly, I keep going, because what happens when you do multiple takes? Well, you basically get in your head and it's like a line like this, swiggly, 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 that you don't even know what you're trying to say because of how many times you've tried to say one thing. So even if you mess up, keep going. If you can, edit it out. If not, find a fun, cool way to let the audience know that you messed up. Even if there's been times where I said something completely like that, completely different, where at the bottom I just did like a little sign, a little star, and I wrote what I was trying to say. Why? Because we are all human. Do not overcomplicate this content creation process. You are human, and the people that are watching it are also human. So let your human side out, because that's what people like connecting and relating to. Now, if you loved this video, send me a DM on Instagram at the Laura Gomez. Let me know that you've been tuning in to the entire series, and ring that notification bell, hit that subscribe button, because you do not want to miss what's coming up next. The next video that we have on this series is the biggest content mistakes that you want to make sure you are avoiding. So stick around on this same channel, don't go anywhere, and I'll see you right back here next time. Bye bye. Oh, and don't forget to check out the free content workshop, because that is something you do not want to miss. Bye bye.